Bob Purcell, Vancouver Sun motorsport writer, commented on Westwood in 1967 in an article called "Don't Knock It." Westwood hasn't changed much since that damp, blustery Sunday in April 1964 when I first climbed the long hill to look in on Peter Heaster's driver training camp. The asphalt still reaches for the guts of a Lotus 23B as suspensions strain in the carousel. The pits are still on the wrong side of the track, and Bert Gibb is still there in the tower, keeping the fans whimsically informed of where Bill Bond collapsed this time and how many times John Hall has lapped the field. Most of the familiar faces that were roaming the circuit 3 years ago are still there, with a couple of notable and much-missed exceptions. From the outside, Westwood hasn't changed much, but inside, that's where things are different. Things are rosier now for the Sports Car Club of BC, and consequently for the track. Bills aren't hurting as much, and their balances are getting smaller. Enthusiastic sponsors, as vital a part of the sport as the competitors themselves, are lending their financial weight in ever-increasing proportions to your race drivers and meets. Check with characters like Nat Adams and Stan Burnett, guys who break their back to make it to your track 2 or 3 times a year for race meets. Ask them why they do it. For money? No. For national points? They'll tell you they came because they like the track, because they think the track personnel do the best job in the country, or because they want to help Westwood bust into a bigger league. Westwood has suffered growing pains in the past. In the track's development and in the club's organization, there are surely more to come, but don't knock it. While Westwood is still growing, bigger and so-called better circuits have died, some of them 2 or 3 times over. Receivership, a word too familiar to many racetracks touted as big league, just doesn't seem to be in the BC Club's dictionary. It's been great working with the likes of Ron Curtis and Dot Sheriff, Jim McRae and Audrey Sermon, names probably unfamiliar to buyers of this program, but ones I won't forget for a long time. There are others, too numerous to mention. Any way you look at it, everything's going for Westwood. As long as there are people like these, drivers who believe in the future of the circuit and fans who drive up the long hill, spurred on by the blatant sound of a rising exhaust note, it will survive and grow strong.